Hey guys, TheLoneGhoul's here. I decided I was watching a couple of these, like my first tag, um, and I figured I would do one. So people who watch my channel or just tuning in would know a little bit about me. So, um, my first tweet. I have a Twitter. I very rarely use it, but my first tweet was kind of just a joke for some friends of mine, and my first tweet was, "I got tweets, bitches." It was actually ironic. I signed up for Twitter before I had a Facebook. A little bit backwards. Most people do it the other way. My first YouTube video was not that long ago, a few months before this, and it's called My First Video. You can look it up. First person I subscribed to on YouTube. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and people that I liked, and I went back and checked their pages now and again. But when I actually made my account, my first subscription was to Hannah Hardo. My Hardo and your Hardo were two pages. Two channels. Let me see. First Facebook profile pic. I have a couple that I switch regularly. I think my first one was of my old dog. It was just a picture of her face looking up. It was adorable. And I didn't have any really great pictures of myself, so I put that as my first profile picture. Let me see. Do you still talk to your first love? No. Absolutely not. What was your first alcoholic drink? It was beer. Probably Budweiser, to be honest. When I was a kid, little, I used to bug my father, and he'd give me a drop in a Dixie cup, and that was it. It was all downhill from there. My first job, my first actual job, my uncle was a mechanic, and I used to work in his body shop with him. I don't know, I was maybe 13, 14 or so. And it was just helping out around the shop, cleaning up tools, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Let me see. My first car. My first car that I actually owned was a 1984 Cutlass Supreme two-door. It was maroon. It was a nice car. It rode really nice. Unfortunately, when I got it, it was already like 2000, so it was pretty old, and it was a little bit banged up. Actually, no, it was later than that. It was pretty old when I got the car. It was a little bit banged up. First person to text me today. I don't honestly think that I got any text today. I get very few text messages. First person you thought of this morning. I don't know. Probably myself. I'm very vain that way. Who was your first grade teacher? It's kind of a weird one. When I was a kid, in like first grade, we moved, so I think I had two first grade teachers. I don't know. I was little. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I couldn't even tell you their names, to be honest. First ride on an airplane. Anyone who knows me knows I am like super airplane phobic. I have been on an airplane. My first plane ride, I went to Disney World with some friends, and it was really nice. Who was the first best friend? Do you still talk? Like I said, I was a kid. We moved, and I'm sure I had like a best friend when I was little, but obviously now we lost track over the years. I really don't speak to many people. I have one really good friend from high school that I still talk to, but pretty much nobody else. What was your first sleepover? I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. What was the first thing you did this morning? I don't know. Got up, went to the can. That's usually what I do first thing in the morning. The first concert you ever went to? I'm going to say the first concert I think I ever actually went to was Ozzy Osbourne. Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne, Filter, and Corrosion of Conformity. I was like, 16, 17. It was cool. Let me see here. First broken bone. I broke my hand. I broke this bone right here. It was in a fist fight. First piercing. I had my ear pierced. It was a big thing when I was 10, 11 to get your ears pierced. It was like the cool thing to do then, and I did. I've had a few since then, but that was my first. First foreign country you've gone to? None. I have never left my own country. Partly because I hate flying, so it's difficult to go anywhere, but I do desire to see another country, and probably most likely one I will get to at some point will be Canada, because I live in New York and I can just drive there. I mean, it's a little bit of a cruise, but that'll probably be my first when I finally go. First movie you remember seeing? I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I mean, when I was little, I saw a bunch of movies. The first movie I saw in the movie theater, I think, was the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. It was, I was young. I was like 10 years old when it came out, and I went to the movie theater for that. Let's see. First detention. My first time was in elementary school. I was a little kid, and I got a fight in the playground, and I got detention for it. Who was my first roommate? I never really had a roommate. I've lived with people. I've lived on my own. I never really had a roommate, unless you consider, like, a dog. If you had one wish, what would it be? It would be for world peace. Nah, I'm bullshitting. It would be something totally selfish and ridiculous. Because if I had a wish, I could do anything I wanted. So, anyone who tells you that they're going to wish for something totally benevolent and kind, they're lying. Let me see. The first sport you were involved in? I don't know. I wasn't a big sports guy when I was a kid. When I got to junior high school and stuff, I did do some stuff. I did archery. I did hockey. Track and field. So I did a few. I'm going to say my first one probably, it's a sport. I was on the archery team in my junior high school, and that was super cool. I really enjoyed it. First thing you do when you get home. If it's getting home from work, it's usually open a beer. It's the best way to unwind. When was your first kiss? I don't know. I was an early bloomer. I was young. It's honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I don't think it was all that memorable that I couldn't even tell you now. I really don't. So, there it is. That's the questions that were on this list. I don't think they're the greatest questions, but I figured I would do them. So, now you know something more about me. Okay. That's it for the Lone Ghoul. Sorry if you were bored by this. It's kind of boring making it, actually. Cheers.